streaming, but that's okay. Alright.
Nuts.
Because Nina Zerg is with us, we have no intro music, but that's okay. That doesn't matter that much. What's important is that we're back, and spawning in the top right-hand corner as the teal Zerg, it will be youRun, and his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner will be the white Ro16 Splax.
And this actually is game 1. The first game that we saw was actually game 2, I believe. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Well, we're watching one of the games in the series anyway. And this game is on Sniper Ridge. And I believe this is the new Sniper Ridge. Let me see the entire map. Yes it is. So you have those, instead of the map being a Protoss graveyard for lurker contains, you have that nifty little ramp that allows you to go around the ridge. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
These positions are not the Zerg either, though. At all. That third base is gonna be harder to take. You're spending 2 your opponent, not away. Which makes no sense to take that base, but whatever.
The top left one or the bottom right one?
Both. I believe they're equidistant. From Splax's natural expansion. Fungza will normally just take the closer third, but because you're more prone to zealot pressure, but whatever.
Yeah. It also, if you take the if you are Zerg and you take the closer third, you don't have to spend money on a fourth base, so you can go right into like a lot of middle game pressure, and that way you can get the lurker contain. And even with that little ramp on the side, if you just put like 3 lurkers above that, you can still get a lurker contain.
Yeah.
So, but it looks like youRun's actually going to go for the more distant, oh wait, no, never mind. I was wrong. He's gonna go ahead and take the 12 o'clock position, because he's a boss. And no gas yet from youRun, so I think he's gonna go 4 hatch before gas, or possibly 5 hatch before gas. The LRM no one build, as it is known now. But I think it's probably going to be 4 hatch before gas. Or not. You can just take a really super late gas. I don't care. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Because normally when you take the gas at 16 population, it's kind of late. And you don't want the Spire to get done late, because then the Scourge are going to, or the Corsairs are going to fly around and like start eating your overlords. You're not going to have Scourge, and you're going to be like, God, this game is imbalanced. Which is basically what I did for like the first full year of me playing Zerg.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's like when you start playing Zerg, like you either gotta get the Hydras like super quick, or you gotta have good Spire timing. It's gotta be one or the other. You can't just have late Hydras or late Scourge, because Overlords are just gonna get chewed up. not throwing down a Hydra Den, so or he could turn on a Hydra Den. But what is he doing? It's got 100 gas, but he's not.
A Hydra bust, I think. A really weird four hatch Hydra bust. This
blows my mind. Uh-oh, and a Zealot is molesting his drone lines. It's kind of weird. The Hydra Den timing was weird because normally you just, like, when you have 50 gas, you throw down the Hydra Den and then...
No, he's gonna go for lair
now.
now.
So on.
He's not doing a build.
That's really...
youRun's not doing a build. He's just doing whatever he wants to. I guess.
It kind of makes sense because he got his gas so late that there's no way his fire is going to be on time. So if he gets the Hydralisk done a little bit early, then he can protect some of his overlords with the Hydralisk. So if that's his, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that's what he's thinking. But then again, it could just be something like totally random because he's a Protoss player and he just didn't want to play PvP. And there's no upgrades coming in the Hydralisk Den either, so I don't know. I don't know if this is planned or... And, well, now it's starting to get supply blocked because the overlords are getting shot down. I think it would be awesome if he shot down the Kokaro as well. And we got lag speed and +1 air weapons coming up. So looks like he's gonna do some heavy harass with the Corsairs and then do a timing push with I would say either Archons and Zealots or Zealots and Templar, depending on what youRun decides to build. But considering it's like, oh, it's being lurkers, that's... And the lurker upgrade is like super late as well, so... This game was looking really, really sloppy for youRun. And there's a fire going up for youRun at the third base. Oh, and the robotics facility is out for Splax, so he's gonna have observers on the way. So even if youRun decides to do some lurker, like hardcore lurker turtling, Splax will just be able to spot the lurkers with observers. And on top of that, it's gonna be able to shoot down like any overlords that are used to spot the observers. You can be able to shoot down with the Corsairs. And already a big supply difference. Splax is just way ahead in supply, and it's ahead in tech, ahead in economy. So it looks really iffy for Mr. youRun right now.
I'd also like to note that he just lost all of his Corsair, all but one. He had like 5, and now they're all dead.
Yeah, that's generally when you, if I could say that like anything for like advice for like Protoss players, you going with like Corsair heavy play, it'd be not to shoot down the overlords when you're above the hatcheries, because like the Scourge will pop out and it'll just like crash right into the Corsairs. So it's not good to fight with the overlords right next to the eggs. And on top of that, if you do Corsair heavy play early on, it's important to keep the Corsairs alive, because even if you don't have good multitasking, later on in the game, if you need to harass or something, you still have a bunch of Corsairs that you can just pull out and just throw at your opponent to harass them a little bit while you rebuild your army or whatever you need to do. So they're good to keep around, even if you aren't able to like babysit them and like fly them all over the place. Now Splax is able to take a third base in this game, whereas in the last game he had some difficulty doing that because his Reaver harass just sort of never took off the ground. Like literally. So in this game we'll be able to see him, Splax, do a little bit more late game macro play, but he needs to throw down some more gates now because his macro is kind of slipping a little bit. And now would be an ideal time to throw down new gateways because now his third base is up. But he has a lot of probes queued up in his next eye. He needs more gateways. He needs way more gateways. Do you know who I think's not talking enough, Wallace? Because Wallace is like, Nina, you're not talking enough. I don't think Puka's talking enough.
I'm not very good at co-casting. I'm not very good at co-casting at all.
I'm not really good at co-casting either, because like it's like usually when co-casters are when they're on the same page, it's awesome because they can just like hand things off to each other. Like they'll have like a thought and they'll be like, hey, what do you think about this? And the other one will be like, I like it, and the other one's like, I agree. But in my case, I'm just like, most of the time I don't usually focus on the action. I mean, I do look at the action. Like right now, Splax is putting some really good pressure on youRun's third base with a nice size army with the Dark Archon. And Dark Archons are awesome because they can snipe defilers with their feedback ability. But normally what I do is I just focus like on not so much the action, because I'm always a player first, and there's a nice backstab going on at Splax's third by youRun. He's going up the lurkers, killing cannons, getting a lot of grove kills. But because I'm a player first, I tend to think about like the gameplay as opposed to like, you know, oh, there's a big battle coming up. Mm-hmm. Like I'm trying to think of like what the players are thinking and what and I always, well, there's a lot of casters that will like, oh, that what that guy did, that sucked. And I try not to be negative. I'm trying to look for good things that they're doing. Like right now, I think Splax is doing a really good job controlling that high ground in the middle spook and putting pressure on youRun's third base simultaneously. That's really good stuff. And at the same time, youRun's doing a good job of just twirling, staying alive, and going up to hive tech. And that backstab on Splax's third base is also really nice. I like that. And here we go. Here's a big attack going down on youRun's third base. It doesn't look like he has observers, but it's okay because all lurkers are now dead, and... Oh, there was an observer, but it perished. So this base is probably going to die. Unfortunately for youRun, there's also a drop going on in his main, and so he's kind of, his attention's dividing. He's not able to send reinforcements to his third base. So he's going to lose his third base for sure, and he could lose some of the tech in his main base. And meanwhile, Splax is going to go ahead and take the 6 o'clock position. And there was a pause. And youRun was kind enough to go P before he typed the letter P before pausing, which is what you're supposed to do, not just make arbitrary rules in the middle of a tournament going, oh, you can't just unpause the game in the middle of a pause. But I digress. And there's another drop going down in youRun's main. I keep wanting to say Spannard, but it's youRun. Because I don't know how I'm making that mental connection, but well, I guess Spannard played, I don't even remember. I'm such a bad organizer. I'm probably the worst organizer there is, but there's like only 3 or 4 organizers, so I'm still in the top 5. Top 5, I'm still in the top 5 Brood War organizers in the world, outside of Korea. So, meanwhile, this army is slowly being elevated into youRun's 4th base. And I think this is okay-ish, but just because it takes so much multitasking power to elevate an army, it's really taking its toll on, Splax's macro. Splax macro. And my good German friend, who is most certainly not from Leipzig, because Leipzig is a stupid city, is naming the other cast or the organizers. And there's Tornhire. He has the Swedish Brood War Initiative. There is Awa, who just runs a bunch of random shit. There's Shiny. He does ASL2, which is awesome. You should like tune into that. Ooh, there was a what's that called? Maelstrom on that lurker. Ooh, that was awesome. Nikon, he does the D-Rank Team League, which is also really cool. Savvy Walk, who did my interview, is playing in the D-Rank Team League soon. And, I don't know what Pebble 444 does, but I'm sure it's awesome. And unfortunately for youRun, you just lost your 4th base's main hatchery, so... So it looks like Splax is in like a commanding position during this game. He has double supply. He has way more of everything. Don't make me say German cities' names. I will say Berlin, Munich, Cologne, Leipzig? Leipzig? Is it Leipzig? Neustadt? Salzburg, that's in Austria. Nuremberg, that's where the Nazis went on trial. Hiroshima, where my ancestors got bombed. Actually, no, my ancestors were in America by that time. They were living in internment camps. Awesome. youRun, I think should say GG. And now people in chat just want me to mention cities around the world. So, okay. Polish cities. There's Warsaw, Krakow, Lodz, Gdansk, that's all I can think of. Dark Templar doing untold amounts of damage.
Rage quit.
I don't think he rage quit. Okay, Bulgarian cities. Sofia, Plovdiv,
Splax 120, right?
Plovdiv.
Splax is winning, right?
There's one.
Splax won that game. That was a 2-0. Awesome. Awesome sauce. So, that 2-0, best of 3.
Oop.
Huh?
It's 1-1. It's 1-1.
Oh, Splax is losing?
Wait, what?
I think Splax won that game.
Oh my god.
Splax won 2-0.
Did he? Oh my god, I'm not even paying attention anymore.
I believe Splax won his game.
I'm stuck in limbo. But, youRun won the first game, so it's 1-1.
youRun didn't win the game one. Splax did. Protoss won both. I believe. No?
I think you're going crazy from casting so long.
Am I? No. Well, the overlay said 1 for Splax. Did youRun win? How did game 1 end? How did game 1 end? Hold on. Well,
what?
hold on. Let me end this VOD. Hold on.